Hey guys, it's me, Amy, with A Taylor AI1. Yeah, I'm showing you a bill, aren't I? This is going to be the intro to the next part of this video. And I thought I'd just show you a bill. This is my electric bill, or it was. This is an old one from 325. That's really, yeah, it ranges. So anyways, I want to do a series, and you're going to hear more. I may be repeating myself in the second part of this video, which I've already done, but I wanted to clarify a few things I realized I didn't put in the first video. Paying bills and budgeting is one of the hardest things I think that we can go through, except for maybe disease and diagnoses. I don't know which is worse, the cancer or my bills. Probably the cancer, because now I've got a lot of medical bills to worry about. So, this is just going to be a series, if you guys would, and I know I've already going to repeat this part in the next part unless I can cut it out. What to do with your bills, how to do it. And I want to start off by saying one thing. There are no bill jails. There's no debtor's prison in the United States. They cannot arrest you for not paying a bill. They can arrest you for forging checks or embezzlement or financial misdoings, where you're scamming people, of course. But when it comes to actual bills, they can ruin your credit. They cannot put you in jail for it. But sometimes I know that we feel that way. At least I know I used to, and you're going to hear this one again too, unless I can edit out that part on the second part of this video, which I've already done, like I said. You feel like someone's gonna just show up and knock at your door. So I hope this helps someone to get past the fear of the bills and I think to take control of your life is to take really control of your bills. You can't control a whole lot of things in your life. You can, but you can't. I mean, I can't control the medical issues at this point, but I can at least control how I handle the bill aspect of it. And once I have the bill aspect in control, I know that's when I stopped being scared to open my mail, answer my phone, or to even call and try to make some sort of arrangements, and to also be able to plan ahead for what could be the worst thing to happen, which is that you lose everything and you have to move. And, getting your house under control, or I actually call it organizing my house. Organizing my house is taking control of my bills. And taking, control of what's going to happen on that end, so that I don't wake up scared every morning. So, I'm going to hit a lot more of those points in the next segment, which we were about to do. So I appreciate you listening to me, and please leave a comment below if you would like to see more. Thumbs up the video if you agree. Thumbs it down if you're like really, really rich and you get up and you've never had a worry. Because I want to come live with you, please. I promise. I'll even do dishes. Hey, and I'm a chef. I can cook. Really. Unless you're really rich, I can't imagine too many of you haven't had to deal with the stress of bills. So this will be the first part, and hopefully there will be more following. Okay guys, this is me, Amy, with A Taylor AI1. And as you can tell from probably what the title of this video is going to be, is budget tips or budget information, or even what to do about bills. I don't know. We're gonna do this in parts, and I'm already gonna ask you if you want to see more. If you want me to continue on with this little series that I would like to do, leave a comment below, because I don't want to do videos if no one really cares too much about it. And this is just kind of an overview to start with about what I think. By the way, I'm not an accountant, okay? I can just tell you what I know, what I know other people have done, what I have done to help with figuring out what to do about bills, especially when you've either lost a job or you just realize your bills outnumber your income. And we'll get all that. So this is a basic thing. This is the first thing I want to tell you. And I'm going to give you some examples about it. Budget tips. First thing I know, it says open your mail. One of my boys came to me and he said, "Mom, I need your help." And I said, "Why?" And he says, "Well, my electricity got turned off." And I said, "Didn't you pay the bill?" He said, "Yeah, I paid it." And I said, "When did you pay the bill?" He said, 3 months ago. Dude, you're supposed to pay it every month. And he was like, "Well, I don't open my mailbox." Why don't you open your mailbox? Because I don't want to see the bills. Oh my God, really, child? Open your mail. Realize that there is nothing bad that's going to happen. And I'm also going to tell you why I'm saying that part of it. You know, I'm 44. I've got my oldest son is 26. I've been on my own for probably close to 28 years on my own. Single parent. I've been married. I've been divorced. The whole 9 yards. I've lived off of less than $400 a month. I have gone through a time where, you know, long time ago, like literally 25 years ago when I had Brandon, you know, I lived in Section 8 housing. I got government assistance. I know what it's like, and it's horrible. And, you know, this may be me, so y'all can laugh at me if you want. That's fine. I understand. You know, there was a point in time when I was so freaking broke, and I was working as a waitress, and either got little or no child support because, you know, the other person was an idiot, and didn't take his responsibility to his child very seriously. But I still had, you know, to have a place to live and everything. And I can remember being so scared that for some stupid reason I was so paranoid at one point that I was just positive there was some debt collector sitting outside the house or the apartment that was ready to just, you know, knock on the door and take everything I owned and leave me with nothing. And I really was at that point scared of bill collectors. And I've seen it in other people. They won't answer their door. They won't answer their phone. If they don't know who it is that's calling, they won't open their mail. Okay, I would like to, if I can help just a few people get beyond that point, that's what this one video really is about. Answer your phone, no matter what. Answer your phone. If it's a bill collector and they're bothering you or you think it's harassment because you really don't want to talk to them, tell them not to call you again. Legally, they cannot call you. They also cannot call you after about 8 or 9 at night, depending on your time zone. And they cannot call you before 8 or 9 in the morning, again, depending on time zones. They cannot call you at work, and they are not going to show up at your door. And don't let them threaten you. And if they threaten you, you need to threaten right back with, "If you call me again, I will sue you for harassment." Okay? They cannot call you once you tell them not to. Why we get so scared to open the mail? I don't know. I mean, for myself, I think that when I got married at 18, I already had Brandon at that time, but I wasn't raised in a household where us children were included in bills. So I didn't understand when I got married that there were going to be these bills that were going to need to get paid. And I really didn't have anywhere to really go to anyone. I didn't know what to do about it. Okay, so I did the best I could. And especially after I got divorced, I found myself really alone with 2 children at the time. And that was really, really scary. But we somehow get the fear that if we check the mailbox, they're going to pop out of it. Really? Check your mail. Open your bills up. Even if you know you can't pay it. And I'm going to have some ideas for you on what you can do that I know that work on how to deal with it. Okay? And I'm going to give you a real quick example. This can work for just about any utility that you have. Just recently, as some of y'all know, I've been in the hospital for the month of July. Unfortunately, been diagnosed with cancer. Been going through, all these doctor's appointments and trying to figure out how I'm going to deal with this. And now all the medical bills are coming in. And on top of all these medical bills now, even though I have insurance, it's not very good insurance, evidently. I have to deal with that. And then on top of that, not one, but two of the boys lost. One lost his phone, or it was stolen at the high school, and the other one dropped his in the toilet. So those two phones have to be replaced. On top of that, due to all the medical stuff and all, I kind of went into hibernation last month, and I didn't take care of my responsibilities. But the one thing I did do was I called AT&T about these phones, and unfortunately there's no good solution. It's $240 per phone to disconnect them. It's $350 to replace them, because I have a 2-year contract and I've only been with them for about 1 year. Now, the first person I spoke to was basically an ass. He was rude. I tried talking really nice to him and everything. It was very clear from the beginning of the conversation that this guy was having a bad day. And because he was having a bad day, he was not going to let me have a good day. So, I ended up hanging up with him. And I used to work for AT&T and Sprint for many years in customer service, and that's how I kind of know what the mentality can be of customer service. If the first person you get is rude in customer service, say thank you very much, you hang up, you call back, and you be as nice. Just always try to be nice, because when I called back, she gave me a $40 credit on my next bill. She waived the fee for paying it, which if you pay it on the phone or whatever, there's a $5 to $7 fee depending on which company you're with. And that's usually for all utilities. And she was just really super nice, and she was willing to work with me to extend out what was owed for another week or so. So I don't have to worry about it today. And it's not that I don't have the money. That's not the issue at this point. But the issue is there's other things I need to really take care of right now. And unfortunately, that does involve replacing phones, which is quite expensive, obviously, I just told you. But the thing is, when you call the customer service, try to make it, even if it's the mortgage company or your leasing agency or whoever you're renting from, you call them. Try to explain the situation and ask them if they can work with you. At least then you know what to do. I had some neighbors recently that, we were all socializing outside, which we do on this subdivision, and they said, well, they were 3 of them roommating together. One of them had decided to move out. She was gone, so it left the other 2 with, basically 1.5 times the bills, because they had to cover the third person. So they decided that they were just going to move. And I said, well, okay, that's fine. You're renting your house. Just because you're going to have to move because you can't afford it, save your money. Save your money. Don't spend it simply because you're not going to be paying it anymore for this one, whoever your rental people are. You need to save your money. Well, they didn't do that. They did find another place to live, and I was kind of really shocked. It's not in the best neighborhood, but it's what they can now afford. And I kind of feel like going, why didn't you just save? You had money coming in. They both have jobs. You went 8 weeks without paying your rent, and you didn't save 1 penny of it, and now you're living in not the most desirable area in town. So this first lesson, open your mail, answer your phone. If they're harassing you, tell them not to call back. If you can't pay, try to set up arrangements. Call whoever the bill person or agency is and talk to them. They can't do any worse to you than what's already happening. And at least then, I have to admire someone, one of the boys' girlfriends got evicted, and I admired her a lot for the fact that she did take responsibility for the fact she was going to lose her apartment. She had lost her job and she was only working part-time as a waitress. She couldn't afford the rent. You know, her roommates had left her high and dry. And she actually went to court and she spoke to the rental people, you know, and I don't know that it was completely because of me, because I did tell her, you need to go to the office and talk to them. Go in and find out what's going to happen at this point. And they did. They told her very nicely and everything that, okay, we're going to have to go to court, and then after that you'll be served your eviction, and then you're going to have so long to move out. And she went to the court. I was just amazed. She actually went to the court about the eviction, and the judge actually extended her a couple of weeks before saying, you know, you're going to have, instead of just having 14 days, we're going to give you 30 days. And she went, and I admired her for that. I really did, because she really took her responsibility. It doesn't really change anything in the end as far as whether they'll report her as an eviction or not, but at least she made the effort. So that's enough of my lecturing for 12 minutes. And yes, we have more coming on. You know, I'm going to show you how I do my bills. Like I said, I'm not an accountant. I'm just, you know, 28 years at least on having to support children, and a lot of times doing it on my own. And I understand some of the issues, and I just want, you know, hey, if this can help anyone else, then I guess I've done something. So, if you want to see the rest of all this, which I like to show you if you want to see it, leave a comment below, guys, okay? So with that, live, love, and eat, and we'll talk again soon.